know that they're going to get some awards going here soon. We've got a big ride planned here. When the awards are over, we're going to take a nice scenic ride back down to Main Street and Beach, where you've got your display. I know we're going to get some of your fellow riders with us to get on board for that, so I look forward to that. Question for a guy who's done Bike Week a bunch of times. If you were here for another couple of days and you could hang out and just go chill, what would you do for your Bike Week bucket list if you could just chill and do something on your own? What haven't you done that you've been wanting to do all the time coming up here?
Head to Key West. No, really just get out and ride some, scenic country roads and have a good time, blast around.
I agree. Country roads, getting out of town and out on the scenic highways is, hey, that's what we build them for, right? We can't just sit around in a parking lot all the time.
Yeah, going red light to red light gets old.
So as soon as the Baddest Biker show wrapped up here at Destination Daytona, we fired up. There's Chris Ribeiro and his new bagger. The Misfit guys, they really had it together. Just all it took was getting Kyle Morley and Chris Ribeiro and Chris Eder together, and they got the message out to all their riders, and boom, next thing you know, we got like a small bagger bike gang rolling down US 1. But we didn't want to stay on US 1. We wanted to take a scenic ride, so we cut off over into the Tomoka State Park, and this is probably one of the most scenic rides you can take in the Daytona area. And there's just hundreds and hundreds of bikes going up and down Beach Boulevard here through the state park all day long. So we're gonna have to pass on all the history and the cool stuff that you can do in the park, because all we want to do today is ride, because the number one thing on Chris Eder's bucket list was get out and ride. So that's what we're doing. But this was a good group to ride with. These guys were all experienced riders, and they had the coolest bikes that you're going to find anywhere on Daytona Bike Week. So a lot of the spectators, a lot of the cars were slowing down to check out all the bikes, and we just every once in a while we put the throttle to it and got out ahead. But everybody got their chance to get right up behind the photo truck and get some good shots. There's Kyle Morley, the painter that we met in another segment of the show, and one by one they crept up to the back of our camera truck and got their shots before they moved on. Here's Chris Eder again on that really cool bike that he built for himself, and I'm glad that they were able to bring some of these bikes out to show them off. And I did end up seeing him on an episode of Fast and Loud with Richard Rawlings. It was a different bike that he built for Richard, but kind of cool to make the comparison between these two guys who are in parallel universes. Chris Eder with the Misfit baggers and building these custom bikes, and of course Richard Rawlings and his crew building these custom cars that everyone loves. So it's all about this American hot rod culture. Chris did also say to me earlier that he doesn't like riding stoplight to stoplight, and let's face it, who does? So we didn't end up getting the shot in this clip. We got caught up in a traffic jam, and Chris was getting impatient, so he put the front wheel of his bagger up against our camera truck, and he let the rear tire go and just smoked out the intersection. It was so fun, and then we got everybody else revved up, and they all wanted to do burnouts. So when we got back to Riverfront Park, it was like a parade. And next thing you know, the tires were getting lit up. 3 or 4 guys started doing burnouts with their baggers, and I was like, God, this is like an $80,000 or $100,000 bike. What if the guy dropped it here, But these guys knew what they were doing, and then, of course, not to be outdone, Kyle Morley, he said, okay, Stu, here we go. And he lit her up and put on a show for everybody. This ride really came together. What a fantastic day it was, and want to thank the gang from Misfit Industries for really making this day a lot of fun, and these guys know how to do it right.